So it's official, I've now released all 12 episodes of the first series of my Art and Communication podcast. If you haven't listened already, now's a great time to binge. And if you'd like to subscribe, rate and review, that'd be even better. When I interviewed my guests, one of the things I found fascinating was discovering the different methodologies they use within their specialist area. Some I'm already familiar with, and others not so much. And they took me through these methodologies and shared the way they apply them when constructing the things that they specialise in. Things like a museum show that encourages participation, a business that aligns with its purpose, an artistic identity that appeals to its audience, a pitch deck that's understood to investors, and a brand that's attractive to buyers. I also get to take a deep dive into their unique creative practice when it comes to developing things like a brand identity, a compelling story, an advertising campaign that lands, and creating a brand everyone wants to be involved with. And what was interesting to me was the amount of crossover in these sometimes loosely related or sometimes very different disciplines. A recurring theme was often the need for a big idea, or certainly an idea that transcends space and time. And this idea needed to be explained in simple terms, or at least simple terms for the target audience. But also, crucially, it needed to be communicated in a way that was engaging. And this is also a device I use a lot when I'm creating a brand or a brand campaign. And what I mean by an idea that transcends space and time is that it's an idea with enough flexibility that it can be applied to varied applications without losing its core truth. And it also has a timelessness that's often linked to a brand purpose. A number of key themes surfaced throughout my interviews, one of which was authenticity. Whether this was the authenticity of a brand expressing its core truth, an ad campaign built around a product truth or insight, an organisation that's genuinely aligned with its purpose, a museum show that tells authentic stories based on evidence and artefacts, a pitch deck that presents a business with an authentic way and doesn't hide or gloss over any shortcomings, or an artist's statement that appeals to the authentic idea of the self. If you'd like to hear some of the other themes that we discuss, you can listen now on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Spotify.